Welcome guys to another video. This one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about some philosophical topics that I just happen to be interested in, and I thought I could share my thoughts with you. As always, if you by chance like the videos I make, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe or just like the video. It's free and it helps me reach more people, as well as keeps you updated on more videos to come. Let's get into the video. You will never be the best version of yourself. Now that might seem discouraging, but let me explain. When I was a kid, I was focused on the pleasures of life. Hanging out with friends, playing video games, eating good food, etc. But as I grew up into being a teenager, I started to realize that all these short-term dopamine hits were just little setbacks. They distracted me from reality, and I began to think, how can I improve the way that I am and gain more knowledge and wisdom to become the best version of myself? Now, I still have yet to answer that question as I'm exiting teenagehood. I will tell you something right now. When you wake up one day and you're 20 years older than you were, you're not going to be thinking, damn, I wish I played more video games or watched more Instagram reels. Life is about experience, and the experiences you have create knowledge for you to use later in life. The passing of this knowledge is what I like to call wisdom. Now, as an 18-year-old, I really have many things to still experience. I don't know what it's like to get married, have a kid, or have a job for more than 6 months. But what I do know is the knowledge that I have from the life experiences I have gone through so far, and I'm looking to share my insight on them to maybe help others that are struggling with similar things I did. If you're listening to this and you're a teenager, or even maybe a little past being a teenager, you feel like you don't know how to handle what life is throwing at you and how you could possibly come out even better, trust me, I've been there. When I went through my toughest battles and the things that life threw at me, I just felt like I didn't want to push through. I felt like I was too deep in the struggle to even come out of the other side. But I have good news. Although this is a tough season, trust me, you will come out a better person. I wish someone had expressed that to me when I was in my grapple with life. You are guaranteed the knowledge and wisdom that you gained from that experience you had. And what's even better, you can share that experience with others that are going through the same thing. The hardest part about this, though, is the mindset. If you sit in your depression and your sadness and your anger, things won't get better. I tried this, and it didn't get me very far. I just felt worse. But if you fix your eyes on the growth you'll experience and use every situation and encounter as a lesson, you'll be on top of the world. Now, you're probably wondering why I told you earlier that you're never the best version of yourself. That sounds defeating and depressing, but it's actually knowing this fact that can help you to grow even better. If you can't be the best version of yourself, there's only one way to go, and that's up. You will always be improving and always learning and always growing to reach that goal of infinity. Although you may never reach that goal, you will still do a pretty damn good job of setting yourself up for wisdom. So if you're feeling down and just need a little boost of confidence to get you out of bed, remember that you're capable of anything and will always be on that exponential growth if and only if you set your mind to it. Now, this only goes so far in theory, so let's take a look at what it would be like in real life. For example, so you're dating this girl, right? And she's the best girl you've ever talked to. I mean, she's practically perfect. The way she talks, her personality, the way she looks, everything is just perfect. But one day, you see a notification on her phone. There's a heart next to the name, and it definitely wasn't you who sent that message. You're devastated and break up with her because you found out she was cheating. Now, at this exact point, when this traumatic event happens to you, you have two options. You embrace the depression and the sadness and the wonder of why didn't she want me, or am I not good enough, and carrying those unanswered questions for the rest of your life. Or plan B, which is take a good look at the person that she was, or the person that maybe you thought she was, and examine it. Did you put her on a pedestal? Was she really perfect? Well, she can't be because nobody's perfect, and she obviously has a cheating problem, so then you ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? I learned to not put women I'm dating or interested in on pedestals, so that I'm not devastated if she breaks my heart. Now, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of kind and amazing women out there. However, in this scenario, you were taught a lesson. Now, say your friend meets a girl and has the same outlook as you did, back when you thought this girl was perfect and could do no wrong. You now have the wisdom to share with this young fellow, and just hand to him to not put her on a pedestal, because you won't believe what happened to me. Now that you understand what it is to have the mindset to improve yourself, let's dive into how you can set yourself up for the future and attempt to reach that goal of becoming the best version of yourself, even if you won't reach it. First, you need to write down a list of goals. And when I say write, I mean write. Not remember in your head or type on your phone. You need to write this on a physical piece of paper and frame it on your wall. If you want to be a millionaire or the most jacked guy in the gym, you start with your vision. You start with a clear direction and set yourself up with the steps of becoming what you want to become. Which brings me to my next point. Write down the steps that you will complete to get to that goal. You want to be a millionaire? Okay, start by completing business school. Join a corporate job. Learn the ins and outs of a real successful company. Start your company. But you want to get specific so that these first steps aren't so out of reach. If you're in high school, maybe apply to a college that you see a future with and is something that you want to go to. Also, make rules for yourself. I'm not going to eat this amount of junk food, or I'm only going to limit myself to this amount of screen time unless you are easily able to resist these things. At first, it'll be really difficult. However, once you get in a groove and make these habits, you'll be on the right track to succeed in whatever your journeys may take you on. In conclusion, don't underestimate yourself. You're capable of so many things that you don't even realize. You could be a natural born shot put pro and haven't even tried it yet. But just remember the very quote that I started with. You will never be the best version of yourself. And I'd like to remind you that this phrase is actually encouraging on second look, not discouraging. On that note, I'll be ending the video. But if you enjoy this kind of content, leave a comment and let me know because I want your feedback so I know what you guys are really looking for. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got something out of this. I'll see you in the next video.